Good morning. Good morning. Thank you guys so much for waking up with me this morning. And as Balancer says, guys, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Bring friends over to the neighborhood. It's a fun place to be. And I'm excited to be here with you. I've got my coffee. I've got my water. I've got you guys. I've got the internet. I've got my Hot Dads t-shirt. I mean, how much better could this Friday possibly get started? I think it's a full moon out there. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. And remember what I always do on Fridays? I like to celebrate FFF Day. Always a win. If you know, you know. All right, you handsome devils. Let's see what is going on the internet. This one cracks me up last night. I saw this last night, posted on one of the W pages. Teacher calls suggesting my son be put in special ed, but I've been doing his homework. Oh, that one is that's just a funny way to start the day. I like Fridays to be a little bit less serious, a little bit more humorous, a little bit more fun. Let's see if we can bring a little bit of extra fun to the mix. Oh, everybody's already talking about that. All right, let's see what Kate has to say this morning. Unpopular opinion: women divorcing because they're unhappy is a good thing. If you only get one life on earth, guys, want to spend your life with an unhappy woman? Women that spend your one life unhappy. Oh, women want to spend your one life unhappy. Taking away no-fault divorce equals more miserable people. And I would say to this, no, nobody should be living unhappily. But at the same time, you have to balance the fact that life is not, and I'm the most optimistic person I know. I mean, make no mistake, but you have to understand that life is not always sunshine and roses. Sometimes it's not happy to be an adult. There are stresses, there are challenges, there are heartbreaks and things that happen to you and through you that aren't happy. Happy is such a subjective thing. But in my experience with generations that have come before, the people who stick through some of the unhappy times win in the end. And that's the bottom line. It's not about being unhappy. I have books devoted here. Let me get this book in particular right here. This is all about making the most of your one life that you have. Like, this is what my passion is making the most of your one life. But you still are there are going to be moments where you're not happy. You're just not. So, no, Kate just went through a breakup, so she gets a pass on this. But the bottom line is, if you are unhappy with the person that you're living life with, if you did not choose well, if the relationship has genuinely run its course, that's one thing. But I will say, Kate also didn't marry the guy that she just broke up with. They didn't get to that point. So that's where I suggest that guys date for at least 2 years before they're even talking about marriage. Like, all kinds of things that I talk about in order to maximize the ability to have a strong, long-lasting, happy, relatively happy relationship. So there's that. That's my 2 cents on that. Let's see. You don't have total control of every encounter, but you do your best not to approach a girl from behind. You don't have control over every encounter, but you do your best to make sure that where you can, you do maintain control. Let's see. A good vetting book. Balancer's asking if I have a good vetting book. I would suggest for that, for vetting girls, I would actually suggest Fort Worth's rotation book. And I'll tell you why. Because whenever you are, whether you are looking for a long-term relationship, if you're actually trying to find a wife, or if you are just wanting to date a lot of girls, a great way to find a girl to date and to create a life with is to run a rotation of girls of some size. It doesn't have to be insane. We're not talking about like 10 girls. That's a lot to juggle, but running 3 or 4 girls at a time helps the ones that really fit your lifestyle, your likes, and fits well with you. She naturally rises to the top. So I would say Your Dating Rotation is a great book. Let me go over to that and see. The other option I would suggest is I do have Date with a Purpose bundle. And that is, let me show you this. So where I am is I'm at fortworthplayboy.gumroad.com. And I suggest for vetting girls, that you look at his what did I say and why can I not find it? Oh, it's only this is not rocket science. Am I passing it and I'm just not seeing it at all? What is happening? What is happening in my brain today? Here we go. Now they're more loading. Okay, life is good. This is what I'm suggesting. Your Dating Rotation, $29 book, a comprehensive guide to building, managing, and maintaining your rotation of girls. I will put this link in the Twitter box, in the chat box, so that you guys can see what I'm talking about and go directly to it if that is of interest to you. It is a great collection. Let's see. Interesting. So start an LTR with a girl who stands out from the rotation. Yes, that is truly the most efficient. It's an efficient way to do it. But more than that, it's about being able to, instead of having a memory of the way you recall a girl fitting into your life. So let's say you're comparing a high school sweetheart and then let's say a college sweetheart, and then you've dated one girl between that, and then you're dating the girl that you're seeing right now. And you're kind of comparing the girl now to your high school girl or your college girl. Those girls were with you in a totally different time of your life. So it's kind of an unfair comparison. Whenever you're running a rotation of girls, it really, really helps that you are able to compare everyone in real time. So whether you're going through struggles, whether you're going through wins, and I'm not talking about you just like venting to them and using them as therapy sessions, but you just naturally are going through phases of your life. And these girls, you get to see how they mix with those phases. Okay. So it works really well to be able to compare the girls in real time, to truly go, I like, she's pretty, but I don't really like this about her. I don't like this about her. I don't like this about her. She's pretty, but and I really think that that's very cool. And she reminds me of, that in that way. And my mother loves her. And, there are all kinds of things that you can compare about different girls whenever you are running a rotation of women, and understanding that then the cream rises to the top. That's the nature of the way life works. So you don't have, and none of these girls in this rotation, you're not throwing it in their faces, but at the same time, you also are not hiding the fact that you're doing it. So none of them are thinking that you're being exclusive. Let's see. I think that CHATEAU always has something good to add. Here's a good one. A brother-in-law arguing with a wife over her putting hearts on other guys' posts on social media. That is a good one. Okay, I'm going to circle back to that. That's a good one. So if you're running a rotation of girls, it actually helps you find a better echelon of girl, even if you are wanting to find a long-term relationship, a real girlfriend, a wife, or so forth. All right, back to you, sir. So, a brother-in-law arguing over the wife putting hearts on other men's social media. My question is the guy an ex? Because I am kind of one of those who thinks that for the respect of your relationship, women should not still be on social media with exes. It's just kind of, nobody wants all of your happiness now thrown in their faces. No one wants to see what else is going on. But also, if it was a kind of a more casual ex where you're, you're still kind of keeping tabs, I would see how this brother-in-law would get upset if she's still liking his posts, still wishing him happy birthday, all of this stuff. Now, my question would be, is she liking everything that this guy ever posts, or is she periodically liking stuff as she likes everyone else's stuff? A lot has to do with what the woman's, whether this guy is an ex or not, what the woman's habits are on social media. Does she like everything? Because let me tell you, if I got jealous about Fort Worth's social media use, we would be in trouble, because on Facebook, he is friends with every single human being he's ever trained in 40 years. He's friends with everyone who's ever requested to be his friend. He follows a lot of people. And he's also one of those that, because they're all clients or potential clients, he likes every single thing he ever sees. I, on the other hand, have a pretty hard filter on my social media. I like most of what I see, but I only see the stuff of people that actually make a difference in my life and actually matter or entertain me. So I think it's interesting to note that some people just have a social media habit of liking everything. So if your girl has a habit of liking every single thing that everybody ever posts, ever, ever, ever. And it's not just pertaining to this one guy or this one guy's posts, then it's pretty safe. If your wife or your brother-in-law's wife is targeting her likes to one guy in particular, that's definitely a red flag. There's more going on to that. She's trying to get his attention. If she is liking his, if she is still friends with this other guy and he is also an ex and she seems to be focusing on him once again, she's trying to get that ex back. So yes, there are a lot of factors at play here. This is a really great question. Brother-in-law arguing with wife over her putting hearts on another guy's posts on social media. So truly there is a lot to consider there, but the bottom line is social media is full of orbiters. And if she is entertaining the orbiters, then that's where generally you have a problem. That's what I always say is all men and all women have orbiters of some variety, okay? Women all have the guys who are just waiting for that husband or boyfriend to step on his own dick and get kicked to the curb. And so they can like swoop in and be the man with the plan, right? So understand that everyone has orbiters of varying levels, varying degrees. It's how she's handling it that he needs to be cautious of. This guy that you're talking about may have a lot to be concerned about. So that sucks. That sucks for him for sure. Let's see. For whatever reason, my computer is locked up. All right, let's see if we can. I'm gonna pull up Twitter in a new tab and go from there. How else is everything going today? Has it been a good day for you guys? I think it's going to be a fantastic weekend. Is anybody looking forward to anything in particular? Life is good here. Let's see what we see here. I'm going to share a different tab. And make all of this cooperate. The joys of live programming, am I right? I would be curious to know more about this girl who's liking this guy's post, because it does kind of determine what her respect level is for the relationship itself, depending on kind of how the girl is behaving and what kind of connection the two have. All right. We're back in business, guys. I love it. Theoretically. Not much. Probably going to catch a movie. Expendables won't be winning an Oscar anytime soon. It's okay, but a fun movie. That's awesome. Oh my freaking land. I promise, guys, I am not computer inept. I had a laptop before laptops were a thing. My father was teaching me typing when I was 5 years old. Like these computers are not unknown to me, but some days they just don't want to cooperate as well as others. Right now I'm just looking at a spinning top here. All right. Let's look into my little handy notebook and see if there's anything of note that I think would be great to talk about. All right. Presenting your best and creating a wardrobe around that is a huge factor. We've been sharing a lot of items about like how to build a great wardrobe, things to look for and do and not do, you know, belts going with fitting shoes, everything coordinating, things lining up, buttons to be open or closed, all the things that you need to keep in mind. And the bottom line is a lot of what we share has to do with suits, has to do with, you know, a little bit more dressy, casual wear. And that's truly not everyone's thing. And that's totally okay also. So understand that when you are presenting or imagining in your head what your best self looks like, and you're thinking, what does this person wear kind of on a night out? Usually when we think about like putting our best self forward, it's very much in that what would I wear out? And you plan your wardrobe according to that, but then people tend to let everything else about that look go by the wayside, which is a real shame. There's a lot that can be lost in translation, and you never know when you're going to run into someone who completely turns you on and who you would really love to talk to. But maybe you are dressed like a slob. Maybe you picked your clothes up off the floor. Maybe you're in flip-flops. Maybe you smell. Maybe you didn't brush your hair. Like, there are all kinds of factors involved when you are not presenting yourself in the way that attracts the kind of people that you wish to attract. So it's kind of like a hierarchy in my head. If you decide what your goal presentation is, okay? And then you say, what does that man wear to a formal event? What does that man wear to a dressy event? What does that man wear to a date, a first date with a new girl, a bar date? What does that man wear to church or a business meeting? What does that man wear every single day to work? What does that man wear to the grocery store? And I say this because it's of the utmost importance to understand that whether you are going to the grocery store or the doctor's office, or you're taking the dog to the groomers, or you're going and riding bicycles, or you're going to the gym, you're putting on the same number of clothes. Unless you are putting on like a full tuxedo, more often than not, you are putting on about the same number of pieces, right? You're putting on something on your bottoms. You're putting on something on your top. You may or may not be wearing a belt. You're definitely wearing shoes. You're likely wearing socks. And you're going to comb your hair. These are the basics. So you might as well design your wardrobe and your presentation to fit the look and the style that you are most eager to show to the world. And then you still can run out the door in the same amount of time. If you're just going to the grocery store because you realized that you ran out of ground beef and you were meaning to make hamburger patties in 30 minutes for dinner, then you still put on the same number of clothes to run out to the grocery store as you would if you were running out to the grocery store in crappy basketball pants, a t-shirt that's still from college, flip-flops, socks, and a backwards cap. You look like hell in one scenario. You look like you have your shit together in the other. You are going to naturally attract people to you when you appear to have your shit together. And that's all there is to it. Oh, this is good. This is good. Let's see if this part of the computer works. No, it's not. Okay, hold on. I think I can do it right here. Yes. I was on a road trip last weekend and was asked if I was going to wear joggers or something like that. I said, nope. I dress appropriate. Wear jeans and a V-neck comfortable boots. This is a great, easy combination of clothing to wear with ease, with comfort, and it presents a look and a style that goes ahead of everything else that you present. What you're wearing goes ahead of anything else that you have on. It goes ahead of your face. It goes ahead of your verbal acumen. It goes ahead of any kind of personality that you have. If people can't get past what you are wearing, you aren't going to get the attention of the people that you most want to get the attention of. CHATEAU, this is a great example of how it's done. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be dressy. Just because it falls in line with the presentation that you are determined to make does not mean that it's an inaccessible wardrobe or expensive. A V-neck long sleeve, like light sweater or knit shirt or t-shirt with some boots that you already own, well-fitting jeans, a belt, and you are set. A nice watch if you're into accessories. You know, there are things that can dress up and dress down certain outfits to be more appropriate for different things. That same outfit that CHATEAU was just describing for this road trip, that same outfit would be great for a first date. It can be great for a quick night out on the town. It does not have to be hard, people. Balancer makes a good point. Comfortable seems to be the key word. And as you get more attuned to dressing the way that you want to present yourself to the world, you understand very quickly that it can also be quite comfortable to dress in a fashion that presents your best every single day. It does not have to be uncomfortable to be presentable and to present your best to the world. So understand that fashion, that your presentation matters. There is a reason that in school you always dressed up if it was a day that you had to make a presentation. In business, if you're going to be in front of a crowd, you think about what you're wearing more. This is no less true in your everyday life, in your everyday presentation, what you're wearing out on the streets, what you're wearing to pick up girls, what you're wearing to go to the dry cleaners, what you're wearing to go to the grocery store, wherever you are, your presentation matters. And I want to encourage you to continue to curate your wardrobe to fit the presentation that you would like to lead with every single day, every single moment, every single encounter of your life. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me today. I want to reach out and say, guys who are on here that I don't necessarily get to see, that I don't know are there. I know because you reach out to me on the back end of things, in DMs, in consults. I know that there are those of you who wake up with me every single day. I know there are those of you who watch every show that Fort Worth and I do, every podcast that we record. And yet you don't jump into the chat box. Oh, my computer just decided to start doing something. Okay, we'll take it. Guys, I see you. I appreciate you. You do not have to be large and in charge and super into the chat for me to appreciate the fact that you are here. I thank you for being here. I thank you all for tuning in today and every day that you are, and every day that you are able to make it into one of these shows. Whenever you ask great questions, yeah, the computer's just, we're catching up now, apparently. Whenever you ask great questions, whenever you have eyes on here, whenever you are taking actionable advice and running with it, that is what makes me happy. So I genuinely appreciate you being here today and every day. I will see you guys in 23 and a half hours right here with Wake Up with Bunny. Until then, I want you to go lift heavy weights, go have some hot sex. It is Face Fuck Friday after all, and go accomplish something. Being productive makes you feel better about your day. And also really think about what you're wearing today. I would appreciate that personally. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I think now I have to do battle with how I'm going to turn this thing off. We'll see if it works.